What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I want to play some Hearthstone soon, but I honestly don't want to play until I make the money to be able to buy a bunch of packs. And plus, the cube is going on right now, and I just really enjoy cube, so I want to get some cube drafts done before this event is over. And then once this is over, I'm probably going to do some Hearthstone content, play with the new set, but I want to be able to buy like a big bundle to like make a bunch of decks first, and I'm just not trying to do that right now. If I find out about this job, then I'm definitely gonna buy a bunch of packs for Hearthstone. But right now, I just want to do some cube drafts. I don't know how many people saw that deal today with forgot what that guy was from. He was from like the state police for the assassination. That was really cool to actually see a person talk about the events that occurred that actually was answering questions. That guy was dope. That was really cool. But it's been a pretty good day so far, so we might as well have an awesome cube draft to start off the day. And you know what? I'm feeling kind of lucky. We're going to start off with a best of one. And you guys know I am not a fan of best of one. Trust me, we're just going to go mono black. We're going to get grief. I'm just that guy. I'm Himothy for a reason, okay? Okay, insta-Q. The cube is popping. I repeat, the cube is popping, brother. So the highest win rate card is Nightclub Bouncer? Really? I don't really like that card. Interesting. All right, welcome back to another MTG Arena Cube Draft on the channel. Finally getting into some best of one, and this is a very loaded pack. There is a Crucius, which I think is an insane card. There's also a Nadu, a Prismari command, but I think we just got to take Key to the Archive. In my opinion, this is just the best form of fixing and ramp acceleration in the entire format. And plus, it just gives you access to some of the most powerful cards in the entire cube with Judgment Day, Counterspell, Demonic Tutor. You know the drill. Hopefully, we can get back a Crucius here. I really have been enjoying Red-Black, but if not, there's still quite a few things in this pack. So let's start with the Key to the Archive here. Okay, pack number 2. There is a Teferi, which I found to be pretty good. There's also a Yawgmoth. I really love me a Yawgmoth this time of year. So Yawgmoth is 55%. Interesting. How good is Malcolm? I feel like Malcolm is just insane every time I get it. Malcolm is like slightly better. That's not a fetch. That's a surveil. I think you could go any way here. There's also just a shock. I do really like Steam Vents, to be honest. I think Steam Vents is one of the best shocks. There's honestly a lot of blue stuff to be getting out of this pack on the wheel here. I think I'm just going to go with Malcolm. I think it's probably one of the better win conditions in this format. Getting up to 4 counters is actually relatively easy. Okay, now there's an Atali in this pack, and you know we love Atali on this channel. Atali is a freaking banger, boys. Yo, thank you, Kev. I really appreciate it, bro. Shout out to you, my brother. Kev, you're a jet. Shout out to Kev for the 5. We're going to pop off here. We're going undefeated. Do we want to go with Atali for the fun? Or do we want to go through dig through time for the sweatiness? Happy Perils in Paradise Day. Yes, sir. We're putting that $5 to the Perils in Paradise fund. I just want to wait and see what I hear back from this job. And then I'll do a Hearthstone stream. Because I want to be able to just buy like a bunch of packs to make like a lot of decks, you know? I guess we're going to go with Dig Through Time. I mean, I work really well with Dig Through Time. Okay, this pack has a Rona, Herald of Invasion. There's also, I'm not going to lie, this pack is ass. I'm not going to sit here and hype it up. Pack's just fucking ass. I'm going to take this Rona. There's really not a lot of cards here that, like, incentivize me to do things. I guess there's a Xander's Lounge. You could convince me that that's slightly better than this. Especially because I do kind of like splashing black in these decks. And I don't know that I'm going to be confirmed red or black. Yeah, I'm going to take the Xander's Lounge. Xander. Okay, there's a Drown in Ichor. I really like that card. Inquisition of Kozilek. There's also Fabled Passage, which is just the safe pick. I feel like Inquisition is pretty good. I feel like a lot of people kind of underrate this card. It has a 53% win rate? Really? Wow. I think my favorite card in this has to be the guy who allows you to access the Power 9. Because secretly in the back of my mind, I know that I'll never be able to afford a single card from the Power 9. So it just kind of hits that for me. Man, I wish Garruk Relentless was good. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. Maybe just because I started in Innistrad. But I'm going to take the Fabled Passage here. Okay. And this pack doesn't really have a lot of things I'm interested in. Yeah, this is the guy who does green. I hate how these are so deceiving. It's like, you think this is a blue card, but it's like, now you gotta be blue-green. And it's like, blue-green doesn't even want to fucking do that. That's ass. I guess I'll just take Kellen. Kellen's pretty good if you end up being in white. Like, I'm not necessarily trying to be in white, but I don't really like any of these cards. The Whale is okay, but I would prefer to be proactive and not reactive, if you know what I'm saying. If you smell what I'm sniffing here, brother. Okay, this pack has an elemental. It is the worst elemental. That is fine. We will get over it. Don't worry. I'm not hurt at all. There is a Bone Crusher, which I do love a Bone Crusher this time of year. I'm honestly not a big fan of cantrips in this format. I just feel like cantrips, like, games go on so long that I would much rather just have, like, a card in my deck that affects the game rather than having a cantrip. Especially because, like, there's so many ways to fill the graveyard already. You don't really need access to that. I mean, I guess the cantrip that surveils is probably, like, the most highly sought after one, but definitely not, like, something that I'm looking to prioritize in this format. I do think Bone Crusher is just really versatile. Okay, well, this pack has two more dual lands. I mean, I'm definitely interested in the Rogron Triumph. That's, like, the one that I'm, like, most interested in. There's also a Slick Sequence, but I've been really down on Slick Sequence. I feel like this card is just so mid. Like, you're paying 2 mana to deal 2 damage and maybe draw a card, which is, like, kind of cool, I guess. But, like, I usually end up with so many playables that I don't really care about that. Well, there's also a Blue-White Surveil. Damn, that's tough. I'm gonna take the Rogron Triumph. Oh, hey. Both of the cards that I cited in the original pack are back. Let's go.
I fucking knew it! Oh!
I'm lying. I never knew it. I'm taking the Prismari Command, though. This card's heat. This card is so heat. Into it to Fairy. But that's a red-blue shock? Okay. Okay, we love a Steam Vents this time of year. How good is this Teferi? He is 51% win rate. That's ass. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's ass. This card, though, this is kind of a banger. It's just like, we're not really trying to play creatures. Hey, we got this guy. This is like Budgie Snapcaster. It's like the card that I don't really want to play, but if I'm low on playables, I might. Nah, I don't really like that card. I'm going to take this Play with Fire because if we go against aggro, I'm going to side it in. Oh, and we end up getting back this Rona. Well, I'm really glad that we committed to blue-red. Well, I mean, we didn't really commit. We just keep getting past all this blue-red heat. And for some reason, like, all the cards that I was debating on taking just wheeled. I probably want to Spell Pierce. I do really like Sleight of Hand. It's probably on the upper echelon of, like, the good cantrips. But once again, I just don't think cantrips are that, like, pivotal. And typically in these decks, I think it's very important for you to end up with like minimum 4 counter spells. Yo, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, bro. What is the difference between Modern Horizons and Standard? So Modern Horizons is a stat that was built for Modern. So it is one of the only times they will ever print a set that is only legal for formats that are not Standard, okay? But it's also one of the highest power level formats of all time. And if you're a Commander player, if you're a Modern player, a Legacy player, it's a set for you. If you're just a pure Standard player, it's not a set for you. Okay, well, this pack 2 is so fucking heat. There is a Lutri. We love a good Lutri this time of year.
Yes. I see. Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. We were the lucky duelist to open a Lutri, which is the best card in the entire format. And it's sad to say that because this card is just really unfun to play against. But people just throw it in their deck, even if they're not red-blue, because it's just a free card since your entire deck is Highlander, right? And companions are broken. But considering we are red-blue, it's ridiculous. And there's also a Brainstorm that we could get back. Lutri has been identified, brother. The Lutri crisis has been denied. We have secured the Lutri, baby. We're locked in. Let's go. Jace Reawakened looks like a cool card at first glance. You're like, hey, it's a 2-mana Planeswalker. This is dope. And then you realize, oh, all this does is just fucking loot. And I can't even loot until the 4th turn of the game. That's ass. Like, I thought this card was cool, but I don't ever see a use for this. It's just ass. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's just fucking ass. Let's be real. Okay, there's a Windswept Heath. I do have a Jeskai Triome, so I could go with the Windswept Heath here. There's also a Null Drifter, which is like, it's cool. I like this card. It says that I get to draw 2 cards, but other than that, does it really do a lot for me? Not necessarily, but this card could also just easily come back. I like how my land lineup is just so fucking stacked right now. Oh, okay. There's just a Subtlety and a Solitude. You love to see it. I got a Rhycleaver as my guaranteed legendary, which I'm pretty happy with since Warriors become my 2nd favorite class. That's goated, bro. I'm happy for you. I saw Day 9 use the Rhycleaver. It looked goated. Okay, Subtlety has a 59% win rate. That's pretty fucking insane. Wow, Subtlety actually has a higher win rate than Solitude. I would have never thought that. I would assume the Solitude is the best elemental, and that's what most people have told me. Let me look at data by top players. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. I mean, this is the elemental that's best for our deck anyway, so I don't really care. This is my first time getting to use this card, though. Funny enough, in the one Modern Horizons 2 draft I actually got to play in, I actually got a Subtlety. And it was pretty good. Not gonna lie. I got 2nd place in that store championship. Okay, there's a Sulphur Falls, but our mana is pretty insane. I kind of just want this Agent of Treachery because Agent of Treachery just says if you play this card, you just win the game. That's all it says. Don't worry about the other things. It doesn't matter. Okay, there is a whole lot of ass in this pack. Whole lot of ass. And not the kind that gets me laid. So we're going to go with the Bonehorde Dracosaur, because this is a based card. I always put this card in my deck when I don't really need to. And somehow I'm allowed to untap with it, and I just win the game. So let's do that again. Okay, I'm just getting a pick 6 counterspell with a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, also in the pack. Am I just in a 2-person draft? Like, hello? Why is this allowed? Yeah, Counterspell has an insane win rate. Probably because it's also just, like, so fucking easy to use. I could also just splash this Teferi, but this is just, like, the best Counterspell in the game, and I have a Lutri, so I have to take this. That was very unfortunate. I would have loved to just be greedy and get both those. Okay, Mind Stone versus Treasure Map. I feel like this is a Treasure Map deck. The One Piece? Are we getting the One Piece? Okay, Mind Stone's actually just way better than Treasure Map. I did not know that. I've had good success with Treasure Map, so I don't know if I agree with the win rate. Ooh, Fairy Mastermind. That card is really good. Midnight Clock is cool. Like, I think that it's actually quite relevant in best of 3 because quite frequently you go into like a deck out mode because there's so many like control aspects of the format. Having a way to reshuffle things is really nice, but considering we have a dig through time and we're probably going to get something like a treasure cruise, we do get a treasure cruise. It's kind of just like redundant to put that in our deck because most of the time we're going to have to delve away our stuff anyway. I'm pretty sure treasure cruise is just better than, it's probably just better than Brainstorm, right? Okay, they're about the same. Okay, I don't really want to take this Jace, and I'm going to choose not to. I'm just going to take this Guardian Idol. I think we probably just won't play the Guardian Idol, but I'm going to take it just to lower the value of other people's decks because this is a good card. I mean, this is the one cantrip I would actually play because it does Surveil, and that's relevant to our Treasure Cruise and Dig Through time. I guess we're just really hoping that we get past a Magma Opus, as like our deck is very limited on ways to win the game. Brain Surge. Ha. We're not playing Brain Surge. Brain Surge is for pussies, man. I'm not going to lie. It's just for pussies. Okay. How do we feel about this pack? There's some good cards in here, but they're not really for us. This card is insane, but we can't really play it. I do have a Xander's Lounge with a fetch, which can allow me to get this Hostage Taker, which is probably just what I'm going to take here. Yeah, I think Hostage Taker is just better than Urtai Resurrected. Duelist of the Mind is a cool card, but to be honest, I'm not really looking for creature cards in general. Like, I don't really want to play any more creatures. I would like to be past spells like a fucking Magma Opus, please. This is a very low value pack for us. This card's actually really good versus aggro. But our deck isn't, like, really that concerned about ramp, so I don't really want that. Memory Deluge is a good card, but we already have, like, multiple flickers, so it's kind of awkward. I mean, it's the card we're most likely to play. Okay. Can I see a win condition, please? What is this garbage? I would like to access a win condition, please. Someone call the judge. I'm not splashing black. I don't really have the lands to play more than one black card. And I don't really want to have to play this Hostage Taker if I don't have to. I need like a Time Warp. Like right now, the only way we can win the game is via like Bonehorde Dracosaur. And we have one counterspell. That's like really bad. It's weird because it's like red-blue seemed open. It doesn't feel like the good red-blue spell cards have been in this pool. Lightning Strike, Goldspan. Dude, I don't want to take another creature. What is this draft? I mean, Goldspan can allow us to win the game, I guess. Into another set of creatures. Who would have known? I guess I'll just take this. This is like a land. I can like punch my opponent in the face when we're both like diddling with our thumbs for like the first 10 minutes because we can't really do anything. I have 7 instants and sorceries. That's so bad. Oh, hey, there's a Magma Opus. Wow. That's literally just changed the draft. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. We actually have a coherent win condition. Pick 6. Who would have thought? I thought someone just took it. Into a Time Warp. Okay, the deck is nice now. The deck is so nice. Lutri plus Time Warp Magma Opus is kind of bonkers. Into a motherfucking Torrential Gear Hulk? How do I just get past 3 win conditions back to back? Holy shit. I'm like Drake going back to back. I'm on my Drake shit, son. Alright, now I just need low cost interaction. Okay, Unholy Key comes back. That's actually really good in our deck. I have 2 fetches, right? Yeah, because I have a Fabled Passage. Oh, I'm not playing any of these cards. I could take Yorion, because, like, Yorion's funny. I did a funny. I took a Yorion. This is a blue-red spells deck with legitimately 1 counter spell. Well, I have a Spell Pierce, but that's not real. And my deck has, like, such limited removal. My deck's also just super high cost. I have an average CMC of 3.8. That's so bad. Yeah, this deck looks really bad. I'm probably going to have to play this Guardian Idol. What am I cutting here? Probably just this card. This card's kind of bunk. I probably have to play this Play with Fire, which is really sad. No, I probably play this Fading Hope. That's probably just slightly better in this deck. Side deck this cut down, I guess. I do have access to black mana. That is real. 'Tis a real thing. Oh, we get the Lightning Strike. Wow, this deck just became, like, absurdly different in this 3rd pack. Like, so much better. And we get a Spire Bluff Canal. Okay. I'm not playing Delver, but cool. Oh, I actually just get a 15th pick. Surveil land in both of my colors. Okay. I'm just goated like that for no reason. Let's roll. All right, let me put Lutri where he belongs in my companion slot. Is Fading Hope better than Play with Fire? Play with Fire is a 55% win rate. That's pretty good. Fading Hope has a 53% win rate. I mean, I feel like Fading Hope's probably better. Oh, never mind. We should play both. I probably don't want multiple triomes. Do I even want to try? I mean, it is a cycling effect. Cycling is actually randomly relevant. It also puts a card in the graveyard, which is just pretty good for us. I mean, we have quite a bit more blue than red, but still, like... I mean, these dual color sources just make it so much better. Yeah, like, we just have 12 and 12. I think that's fine. What am I cutting from this deck? I mean, it's a relatively, like, high-costed deck, I guess you could say. Which makes me think I should have this Guardian Idol. Maybe I don't want this Memory Deluge. Like, I have a Dig Through Time and a Treasure Cruise, and I think both of those cards are probably just better. Let me see. Memory Deluge is actually 57% game in hand win rate. Okay. Dig Through Time is 55. Treasure Cruise is actually lower? Really? That's surprising. All right, deck looks fine. So we ended up with a pretty nice red-blue Lutri deck. You gotta love to see a Lutri this time of year, especially with my homie, the Torrential Gearhulk, one of my all-time favorites, with his buddy, the Magma Opus, and of course, the dreaded Lutri Double Time Warp. So let's go ahead and hop into these games. Alright, who's ready to see some best of one Time Warp Lutri action? That is a question that we must ask. Be right back. Alright, we are back. You know, the only thing better than a Lutri is a best of Juan Lutri. Those are the big facts, baby. You already know. Okay, so this is a 2-lander. They're both double, though, and I have a Mind Stone on 2. I'm in. I'm in. I've been sold here. I've been sold here, sir. Okay, well, I have no turn 1 play, so... Can I play that next turn? Yeah, I can. Okay. So I'm going to go Windswept Heath, and I'm going to go get a Surveil land now because I'm a Chad. Oh, wait, what? Oh, because it has to access white. Gotcha. I can't even do that. I'm stupid. I thought my fetch allowed me to go get our Surveil land, but that's just not true.
Hold up.
Okay, hold
Wait
up.
a minute.
Why are you playing an
Something ain't
Invasion of Gobakon on my ass? That's broken. Invasion of Gobakon versus a control player is so bullshit. Alright, sir, don't steal my Mind Stone. Are you stealing my counterspell? Okay, that's based. I can play the counterspell for 4. Cool. I will counter your best spell for 4. Mind Stone. We are a big-minded gamer. Shout out to all my commander players for letting me borrow this Mind Stone. You know how it be, baby. Okay, opponent is playing green-white, maybe also red. Nissa, Resurgent Animist. Okay. Gotcha. I mean, I guess I can technically still counterspell right now. But I don't want him to hit this Invasion of Gobakon, which is kind of fucked. I guess I can still hold up this Spell Snare and use this Bone Crusher. Wow, this feels so lame. I'm playing a Bone Crusher without using the Adventure. Like, is that even allowed? Oh shit, he's profiting a mana. You can't be doing that, son. Alright, buddy, you can't be an Invasion of Gobakoning. Invasion of Gobakon is not a fun nor fair card. Oh, I just realized he could negate that. That's fucked. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. Now he just has Invincible in a best of 1 format? That's so gay. Okay, well, I feel like I'm kind of cooked. But I'm going to do this anyway. Because Goldspan is a based card, so I'm forced to do this. We only make based actions on this channel. So we can just put 1/1s on his guys. Do I need to, like, save this? Kind of want the treasure. Well, maybe I could just wait until his turn and just prevent him from attacking with this. That way he's only pumping up this person. Because, I mean, regardless of whether or not I attack on my turn, if he removes this, I still profit 1 treasure. Which is really all that we need. Especially if he's putting a card in the grave, because then it discounts our dig through time. Am I interested in trading with this? I feel like the answer is no. Imagine I top deck a Fading Hope and just bounce that guy back to his hand because he's a little boy to me. It'd be really cool. Briar Bridge Tracker? That's a terrible card. Why isn't it in your deck? Judge? Judge, my opponent is playing some mid-ass cards. I need a medium-level Judge to hand out a medium-level penalty for these mid-ass plays. Okay, well, I think I'm just cooked. My deck has no AoEs. Okay, well, I'm always attacking. I'm basically forced to attack. The question is, am I more interested in doing a dig through time? Or am I more interested in doing a Mind Stone draw? I think we just do this. And then when he attacks, I guess I can just Torrential Gearhulk for like no reason. Yeah, let's just Torrential Gearhulk for no reason because fuck it. This guy's a fatty. We love a good fatty this time of year, eh? No, he's getting mana. I'm supposed to be the one giving mana. The fact he had that invasion of Gobakon honestly just drastically changed the game. I mean, into a Skyclave apparition, that was pretty busted. See if he attacks. If he doesn't attack, I can dig through time during the instep, which is pretty huge. Okay. Alright, let's pull an AoE out of our ass randomly. It's a Magma Opus. I like me a Magma Opus. If I attack, I can Magma Opus. Do I want this Fading Hope, though? Or do I want a Time Warp? I think I just want a Time Warp. Wow, if I had this Lutri added to hand, this guy'd be so cooked. So that puts him at 8. This puts him at 5. Alright, let's Time Warp. Time Warp. Sure, you can draw a card. I'm going to take an extra turn. Seems fair. So what if I discard this to get a treasure? Then I'll have 4 floating, and then next turn, I'll be able to go... One, two, three. Yeah, I think this is game. I need to land here. Oh, that's game. That's game. GG's, brother. Full control. TTG. Adding back Magma Opus. Activate effect. Responding on the stack. Don't mind me, I'm just responding on the stack. I'm just going to deal 8 damage to you. Lutri effect. Lutri! Wow, I like Time Warp Lutri. This is cool. Yeah! Time Warp Lutri! What's happening? We are Time Warping with Lutri. And we just did that. Man, that was really cool. I'm so glad everyone was here to experience the effects of Time Warp Lutri with me. It was very fun and interactive. I gotta go take some stuff out to the trash real quick. Alright, I have one thing to say. If you are a person who likes to experience Time Warp plus Lutri this time of year, then you are on the right stream. And if that's not the case, we'll all be taking plenty of extra turns, so you'll have a lot of time to change your mind. So think about it. If you like seeing me take extra turns with Lutri, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I want you to know that each of your likes and comments helps promote very degenerate card game situations happening. With each like and subscribe to the channel, I do one degenerate play within the respective card game I'm playing at that time. I don't make the rules, I just create the content. Especially the degenerate content. If you want to see people do fair things, go check out Luis Scar Vargas. Alright, well, we are on the play with an Elemental, Magma Opus, Prismari Command. I mean, this hand doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better, I tell you. Alright, do not use some Thoughtseize bullshit again, man. If I go against another person who's using some Thoughtseize bullshit, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this guy's playing red. That's fair. Very fun and fair. Windswept Heath. You know what they say. With a fetch, there's a way, baby. Hey, it's my boy Bone Horde. I actually love this card so much. Can we go back to Lost Caverns of Ixalan? I didn't get to draft this card enough. It was probably the most unfun, unfair card to play if you were on the other side of it. So I can Mind Stone here. But I feel like it's actually just better to Malcolm on my opponent's end step because Malcolm is cheap and OP. Got AFK as a random legendary from the rewards track. I don't even know what that does. I think I heard about it and it looked ass. Does AFK say that you must put a blanket immediately on your computer screen and walk out of the room until the match is over? That would be a good effect. Hey, we drew a Spirebluff Canal right whenever it's the most live. That's dope. Alright, let's go in with Malcolm. Malcolm is a JIT. Malcolm is a JIT, J-I-T. Presidential, I'm a JIT like Obama. Malcolm gets in for the 2. Yes, Sirski, brother. Triggering his effect. Putting a chorus counter on him because that's what he does. And then I don't even know what I'm discarding here. Maybe just Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher's a good card, but like my hand's stacked. I guess if I go Mind Stone here and then no, I can't even do that. Okay, that card is kind of cool. Do we want to subtlety that? Probably not. I'm going to allow it to happen. Yeah, you can make your golem. Golems are a girl's best friend. You know what they say. Golems are a girl's best friend. Shout out all my J Druid OGs. If you know, you know. Oh, this is kind of broken. I can go destroy a target artifact and deal 2 damage. Okay. Hey, I just cleared your board with 1 card. That's cool. We're trading 1 for 1. 1 for 1, baby. Wow, that was such a cheapo depot play I just did. My card just specifically said, I'm allowed to remove both of your cards because, like, reasons, okay? The chorus counters. I'm telling you, this card is impenetrable. Probably just gonna get rid of this. The chances of us playing this are just so low. I feel like I have to just kind of play this. I mean, I'm never, ever going to be actually, like, using this. So, I guess I can do that. Oh, that card's so irritating. Do I actually want to get rid of my dig through time for that? Ah, the card's just so frustrating. I kind of do. It has flying. I'm evoking. I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad to the bone. I'm evoking on these boys. They don't even know. Alright, let me draw a land, please. Untappable land. Untappable land. No, it's not what I asked for. Fuck me. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's put another counter on this guy. Don't negate? You don't have a negate? Great. Let me draw a land, please. Please, draw me a land. Oh my gosh, the chances of us drawing a land were so high there. You're kidding me. I can't get much higher. So high. With Malcolm in the Sky and his chorus counters. I don't want any of these cards. These cards are all worse than the cards that I have. I guess I'm going to... I mean, he's not playing black, so I guess I'll just put Doomblade in the graveyard. I guess if I Torrential Gearhulk, I can, like, discard it and, like, because reasons. So I guess next turn I can... Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do me like that, son. Son, don't do me like that. Son, you can't be doing me like that. He can just deal 3 damage to any target? That's so fucking broken. Dude, you can't be doing broken shit like that. Brother, I can't allow you to be doing broken shit like that. That's just not fair. Alright, you played a dragon, I played a dragon. It's fair. My guy's a dinosaur dragon, so obviously, like, he's more base, but that's okay. That would be, she gives all friendly minions that don't attack +2/+2. Oh, yeah, I saw that in the day 9 video. It would be a dope with a board, swarm summon, like, Stone Golem and a Dragon Druid. Yes, sir. Yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, why? Why are we doing this? This is just ass. Like, why are we just adding more ass cards to the game? There's already too many filler cards. Like, we didn't need to do this. Alright, bro. Stop looking at my Bonehorde Dracosaur like that. I see you over there. You little horny fuck with your Terror of the Peaks. Don't be looking at my Bonehorde mommy like that. Bonehorde, be the mommy for real, for real. No, don't do me like that, son. You can't be doing me like that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's too broken. Holy shit, that's broken. Wait, this does face damage? That's unfair. No, no, my bone hoard. He was hoarding so many bones. We were in the Dino Age. You can't be doing me like that, son. This guy's a jiggy bastard. I repeat, we have a jiggy bastard inbound. Alright, let me draw a land here to punch this guy. And he has a light up the stage? Hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Bro, wait, and he draws into an Ocelot Pride? What the fuck? This guy's so broken. This guy just top decks every single card that he would want, and then this is just the perfect card against my deck. That's so cool, man. I love that for you, man. And I don't draw a land. I fucking love that for you, man. I don't know what I hate more. I guess I'm just gonna like add Lutri because that's like a action I can make, I guess. And then he's gonna play that guy, and then I have to kill it on sight. I mean, what do I care about more? I guess that guy, because he can probably abuse tokens. Like, his deck seems broke. Alright, brother. Don't do me like this. Land. Land. Give me a land, please. You top deck dirt. Yes, I get a land. Oh my gosh. I actually get to play the game. I didn't know I was allowed to do that. Okay, I drew 2 cards. Can I get a time warp? I needed a time warp here so bad. You're kidding me. Into another land. You're actually just fucking with me. Okay. I'm at 1 HP. I'm gonna show him that I'm a Chad. I'm gonna activate my ability. Because, like, I can. No, I didn't want that to happen. That's so bad. And this just scries. Like, I don't even get to draw a card. That's so sad. Scrytings. No. Oh, I was so scared there. I thought I was forced to activate my Lutri for no reason. Lutri? What the fuck? This guy had a lightning strike? Dude, why didn't you do that from the beginning? I hate these people that just stall out and then just like, okay, I'm gonna kill you now. It's like, bro, just kill me 3 minutes ago. I would have been so much more satisfied with our match. We got a bunch of trolling Timmies in the chat. Yeah, imagine if, like, Hearthstone actually, like, made the free legendaries you got, like, at least somewhat viable. That'd be really cool. And be really appreciated. Bring back Ben Brode. I've been watching some Magic Commander videos where Ben Brode was playing. And he did this. He was playing, like, an Unfinity deck. And he basically played this card that said for the rest of the game while it's on the field, his spells cost 1 less, but if he doesn't talk in a different voice, it gets automatically destroyed. So he was just talking in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice until someone stole the artifact, and then that person had to start talking in a Schwarzenegger voice, and it was just so funny. Bro, I hate when people say hello. That's just like an auto mute for me. He has a Gutter Bones. I mean, it's unlikely he plays a spell. Do I actually want this? I mean, this is a game-ending card. I actually probably want that. It's luck of the draw. Someone's got to pull the trash legendary. I'm not talking about the trash legendaries to pull. I'm talking about the free ones that you get at the beginning of the reward track at every new season. Like, they've never given you, like, a legendary in, like, the past 6 years that was actually, like, decent. And it's kind of frustrating. I mean, since I have a gold span, maybe I'm just doing this. That puts me at 4 mana. But how does that really help me? Yeah, it's actually just more beneficial for me to go Malcolm. The handout legendary is Gorgazamu, and I'm actually excited to play him in Dragon Druid. What is his ability? I thought I looked at it and I thought it was asked. Okay, well, the free one that you got that has, like, the different effects that we got before the set was released, I guess that guy's, like, okay, but he's still just on the bottom level of playable, which is kind of frustrating. Malcolm. Bird City, bitch. Oh, that's such a nice one. You DM'd it to me? Okay, I'll check it out. Battlecry, get a 2-cost cheese that summons 3 1-cost minions. So what does the cheese do? Like, does the cheese get out of your hand, and how much does that cost? Oh, it costs 2. Oh. Seems kind of weak, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to evaluate. It also just depends on, like, what 1-drops are available in the format and what is the average, like, stats of the 1-drop you get, right? That's, like, a big part of it. Depending on what that is, then that changes a lot about what I want to say about the card. A lot of random effects in Hearthstone, like cards that generate random effects, their relevancy comes down to, like, okay, what is the average quality of cards that you're getting off of that? And that's hard to determine without having a large sample size of data to fully understand the metrics on that. And considering it's the first day of play, I don't think it's realistic to draw any conclusions on that. Why? I don't want to discard anything. My hand's just insane. Oh my gosh, I almost cycled. I'm so bad. I guess I can Goldspan next turn, so if I make a treasure, that means I'm getting 4 mana off Goldspan. Okay. I mean, I'm not really worried about dying to this Gutter Bones. The fact that this guy is playing a Sultai deck with Gutter Bones and the Scarab God tells me that he just picked a bad deck. Make a treasure, do the thing. I get a treasure, you get a treasure, we all get a treasure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, it's a land. I can do things. That's cool. Doing things is cool. Wait, do I have a free kill here? I think I do. Yeah, because I can go Goldspan here, and if he can't negate, then it's just going to be lethal because I can Time Warp. Wow, Time Warp is so unfair. Yay! I get an extra turn! Yay! And now I get to play Magma Opus for free into a Lightning Strike, because, like, Lightning Strike's cool. Yay! We love taking extra turns on this channel. Yes, sir!
I fucking knew it! Oh!
It's funny, because if he actually has a negate, I can actually just Spell Pierce, which is hilarious. I guess if he has a Subtlety... I mean, even if he has a Subtlety, I can still just Lutri double Lightning Strike, and that's just game. Maybe I should emote the guy for good measure. Sometimes if your opponent, like, won't concede, you just need to emote them until they, like... Until their mom comes in the room because they're screaming and they need to get off the computer because they're, like, time's limited by their mom, you know? As a person who has a respectable mom and doesn't limit their time on the computer, I know the feels, you know? Oh, I'm going against a person named Urza? That's cool. Yay! We did the extra turn things. Cool. I love this deck. This is a fun deck. I like this deck. I don't like how long these games take. Bro, I'm being a filthy emoter. Bro, you gotta realize I'm from a different generation. Like, these Zoomers don't even know what it means to be from the generation of people who played Hearthstone when the Sorry emote was available. Like, they don't even know. Like, people like me are just a straight up different breed. Like, back in the day, in the closed beta, I used to Sorry emote in my sleep. That's how toxic I was. I also played Secret Paladin, which, like, tells you a lot about me. And it all started because Blizzard had to nerf my Murloc Warlock because it was too unfair. You're getting too many bonus stats in a tribal archetype that forces you to play a set amount of specific cards. It's too unfair. Someone needs to call Cox Cable so we can get a bundle on those cards. I'm like, fuck a bundle. I'm just trying to beat the case. But I can't beat that case, so I press the sorry emote to win the race, eh? Yes, sir, Ski Brother. We always surveil on our turn. I mean, we always crack our fetches on our turn. Giga Chad's fetch on their first turn, even when they could hold up an interaction versus their opponent. Dang, you're right. Also, read my response about the cheese card. I desperately need you to validate the precious Gazaragmu. What did you say about the cheese card? I said that it would depend on what, I said that it would depend on, like, what is the, like, average one drop that you're going to get. The cheese improves the costed card summon. First turn is 3-1 costs, but on the 6th turn, it's 3-6 costs. Oh, that's actually way better. That's actually so much better. What the fuck? You are spending. It's just the question of, like, okay, so there's two ways that I see the card going, right? Either number one, you, like, Druid's issue is getting to the late game, and the card is ass, because that doesn't help you get into the late game. It just gives you a benefit in the late game if you already survived. And in the case that it is relatively easy to get to the late game, then you're probably already winning with the Druid deck, which tells me that it's most likely a win more card. I mean, that's just my thoughts. I think it's either a win more card or it's just bad. Because if you're already relatively easily getting into the late game, to my knowledge, Druid already has so much attrition that it really shouldn't be an issue. I guess maybe you could argue if Control Warrior is, like, the best deck for some reason, if, like, Deep Miner Brand is still the best thing to be doing. But even then, I still think Bomb Boss Thorgan is just a better late game win condition, which makes me think that that's not, like, a valid reason to put that in your deck. Alright, what the fuck does that do? I'm not reading it, I'm just countering. When you get to a certain, like, level of skill and magic, and you're holding up a counter spell, you don't even read. You just counter. You look at how much mana your opponent's tapped out, and not what card they activate. That's the real importance of this. Alright, don't mind me, sir. I'm just gonna ramp 2 mana here. I missed a land, it's fair. This card is so broken. I think this might be the best aggro card in the cube. Like, if you can't answer this on turn 2, you probably just lose. And we probably just lose. Okay, someone explained to me why all of my opponents just have a main deck hate card specifically for my archetype. Like, why is this happening? All right, fuck it. I'm gonna lose, so I'm gonna time walk anyway. I'm just gonna go double time warp because, like, fuck it. I can do that. All right, give us a land so we can double time warp. I want to at least have fun this match. There's just something so fun and interactive about going double time warp when this card is just banned in every other playable format. Bro, stop looking at my treasure token like that. I see you, Oko. I'm muting this guy. I'm pre-muting. I can tell he was looking at my treasure token too weirdly. I didn't feel comfortable. Typical Yu-Gi-Oh play style. Not reading, just countering. That's true. No, I needed a land. I needed a double time warp. I needed it for my ego. I'm on an ego trip. What the fuck? Okay. That was unfortunate. Bro, this is why I don't like this queue. It just feels so sacky. Like, I built a really strong deck, and then I go against two people in a row who just have a main board hate card against my deck. And it's like, damn, okay. Also, I'm pretty sure every person we played against has been on aggro. Opponent goes first. They're going to be on aggro, of course. I guess I have this Fading Hope. And I have a Subtlety. I can turn 0, like, counter their thing because it's funny. Turn 0 countering people's things is funny, right? Oh, he doesn't have anything? Okay. Bro, we've got a real back and forth going. Neither of us has a playable card. This is a really good back and forth. I'm breaking the stalemate. It's over. Bone Crusher is in, baby. Dude, I miss the days of Bone Crusher Standard. I used to love playing my teamer deck with Bone Crusher and Goldspan. That was an Innkeeper. That was so fun. The original adventure cards were so cool. Alright, well, that's dying. Alright, don't worry, sir. Your card's just leaving the battlefield. Everything's fine. It's just gonna leave the battlefield, buddy. I mean, I guess he's not kicking. How much do I care about that? It's kind of funny because he bounced it, and now I'm going to bounce it. Like, we can be bounce bros. Bounce bros in this bitch. Fuck a Lazov wearer of faces. Bro, I'm in my Yu-Gi-Oh era. If you don't understand what that means, just understand I'm on Demon Time. Demon Time, go hard. Oh, what do you know? It's the card I added back to my hand. Oh, hey, there's a Goldspan Dragon. That's cool. I like Goldspan. Goldspan. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Goldspan. Don't worry, sir. You don't have a counter. No, don't do me like that, son. Don't do me like that. This seems kind of like a Chad move. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. If you play something that's cool, I guess I can just subtlety. That's like even more cool, right? Tap out for 5. Play something cool. Oh, hey, it's my friend. You got rid of my Goldspan, but you're not going to get rid of my Bonehorde Dracosaur, sir. I think what you don't understand here is that Bonehorde is a JIT. He is certified JIT JIT. And now you just gave me fodder for my subtlety. Let's not do that. Sir, I didn't give you my consent. I didn't give you my consent to copy my guy, so I'm gonna have to put that back on the top or bottom of your deck respectively. Because I'm a gentleman, I'll allow you to choose. Okay. Hey, Bonehorde effect activates. Time Warp, Time Warp. Oh, I get a Torrential Gearhulk and a counterspell. That's goated. Wow, I put the card back on the top of your deck, and then I also get a counterspell. That's goated. Everyone loves Bonehorde Dracosaur. All the things that he does. Bonehording around. I mean, do I even want to play this? I kind of just want to counterspell his shit. Clock'em sock'em robots, baby. Clock'em sock'em robots. Fuck a Gearhulk, bitch. I'm just trying to beat the case. But I ain't beat that case. Bonehorde Dracosaur did the race. For real, he did the race, though. Heyo. That's cool. That was also cool. Yeah. Bonehorde Dracosaur in this bitch, eh? Wow, this is a fun deck again. Okay, I'm just taken out of my event. That's cool. Thank you for taking me to the shop. I didn't ask for that, but sure. I'm on the rise, baby. I just have to hoard a couple more bones, and then we're rolling. Rolling on the Bonehorde River, baby. So I just went through the steps to claim my Modern Horizon 3 boxes that I won in the event. And I was really surprised to see that I had to fill out all this, like, so many pages of tax information to collect a non, monetary item. But there is a chance, I'm not sure if I interpreted the information right, but I might actually just be getting money for it instead, which would be so much better, because the boxes have depreciated. It's probably okay. I mean, I have a looter. He's a fetch turn 1, that's bull. Oh my gosh, he has a fetch into an actual surveil land. This guy has so much money, man. Into a sleight of hand. Wait, he also has a Lutri? That's not fair. I'm supposed to be the only person who has Lutri. I need to feel special. Okay? Bro, if this guy has a Mana Tithe, I'm actually going to be heated. I'm going to be hardcore pressed if he has a Mana Tithe. Rona. You don't have a sword. You don't have a sword to plowshares. You actually have a sword to plowshares? What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why do you have a sword to plowshares? And you're adding your Lutri? That's so sus. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Don't you dare use that Lutri in my house, sir. Ayo, the mastermind is online, brother. My one land that can be fetched off this. No, no. I can fetch for 0. That'd be so bad. No, I thought I was going to big brain him by holding the fetch. He doesn't know I have nothing in deck for this fetch. That's actually randomly good here. Aw, no. This was the one land I didn't need to draw. Are you kidding me? Tap land to tap Manosaurus. That's so bad. We're going to get cooked here. What the fuck's that? I hate that card. That card is so irritating to play against. It's also really bad. It's like not that good. I finally have decent mana, but now he can just negate because he's holding up a blue. No Nagatus? No Nagatus? I repeat, no Nagatus. I wish I would have kept this fetch in hand. I would have a free spell right now. This guy's probably wondering, like, why is this guy not cracking his fetch? It's because I'm poor, okay? I can't afford good lands. We can't all win the lottery here and get a Lutri and good lands. Most of us have to choose between having Lutri and good lands, and I chose Lutri, okay? Oh, that's not fair. You're destroying my mana sources. You already have better mana sources than me. And my hand is just a brick. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm just fucked. Let's be real. I can't do anything here. I'm gonna sack this and just show him I have no targets. Wow, that was really sad. I had no targets for my fetch because I got it out of the deck. I could have swore this was a 7 wins deck. That's what I told myself, man. That's what I told myself, okay? And that is how I decided I am not a person that enjoys the arena cube. I liked the last cube. This cube, very much less fun. Very much so less fun. Midweek Magic, Phantom Bot Draft. Try out Modern Horizon 3 Bot Draft when the format is about to end. That sounds awesome. It doesn't sound awesome. Alright. I don't even want to read cards. Just show me I have a Writhing Chrysalis. I just need this W. I'm literally on a 3 trophy streak. I just need this W more than some people. Specifically the people I'm going against. Yo, Will, did you see that Moist Critical is on the One Piece grind now? Apparently he said that he's gonna like be traveling to events, and he's just like, yeah, so like I just went to this store yesterday. I'm so into the game. I just went into the, my friend taught me how to play, and I went into the store and just bought 6 boxes. I'm like, 6 boxes? The fuck do you mean? But he didn't necessarily say this store. He said I went out and got 6 boxes. But it's just like, okay, I feel like you spent like $500 each on those boxes. And then he's saying like, yeah, I'm gonna be traveling with my friends to all these events and try to qualify for Worlds and basically document the whole journey. And I'm like, oh damn, you're basically doing what I tried to do for an entire year, except you have unlimited funding and limited vacation time to do that. And he just completely dodged around the fact of how difficult it is to actually get into events. I'm like, dude, like I don't know that you're gonna be able to get into enough events to actually even qualify for Nats, let alone go to Worlds. Like, they honestly just need to delete treasure cups, because treasure cups are such a scam. Like, everyone just wanted to go to regionals because the prizing was better. You got to go to Nats from that, or you get the 2-round bye, and it's like, why do I have to play in the treasure cup? Why did Tommy Lee get to play in the regional, but I'm in the treasure cup? It's like, because reasons, you know, reasons. It's like, there's literally no reason for treasure cups. It's honestly just so sad. Because in the beginning, they tried to make it seem like a treasure cup was supposed to be a more prestigious event. Like, I don't know how many people realize this, but at the release of the One Piece card game, the way that they were talking about it, they were basically saying that compared to Yu-Gi-Oh!, regionals were going to be similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals. And treasure cups were supposed to be like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series, which is a higher level event that has more prizing, and it's like more prestigious. And you can also qualify to through Nats through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. But in One Piece, they just decided, oh yeah, I don't know, like treasure cups just kind of were like, we charge people the same amount of money, and like we give them less prizing, and like you don't get an invite to Nats or buys, and there's gonna be the same amount of people, and like there's just no advantages. It's just kind of, we're kind of just getting rid of like leftover prizing, you know, so we can make a quick buck. I've been thinking of making a video just like of all the reasons that I dislike about what they've done to the One Piece card game. And also just calling out a bunch of people for cheating and people who just made the community very shitty. Like, the One Piece card game is the only community I've ever seen where it's like, everyone on Twitter is like, hey, my name's Tommy, and I have top 8'd at 2 treasure cups. I'm like, dude, like, you don't have to tell me that. Like, just go suck a cock. Like, I get it. You're gay. But, like, you don't have to tell me that. Just go do it, and I have no problem with it, right? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, these people, like, yeah, you know, like, I got 4th place in the Core TCG Online Treasure Cup. I'm like, okay. I don't know why that suddenly became part of your identity. Also, like, by the way that you're talking, I don't really trust that you fairly topped in this online event. That at every online event I played in, there's been at least 2 people who were disqualified for cheating or not caught for cheating, and then in the following months were found out to have been cheating the whole time. Or if you're like me, you report the person for cheating because they cheated 4 times in 1 turn, and then no actions are taken against them, and then they just steal 2nd place from you. And then you make a Twitter post about it, how it was a fun tournament except for the guy who cheated me and got 2nd place. And then that person responds and said, that was a good match, man. You almost had me there. I'm like, you fucking asshole. You didn't even read what I said. I literally just blatantly called you out. You were the guy in 2nd place. I know we were talking about good match. You cheated me 4 times in 1 turn. This is what I don't understand about people who cheat. If you're willing to dedicate so much time to like learning how to cheat and how to manipulate the system, just invest that time into your own like professional life and use it to like get a better job and make real money instead of relying on like rolling a D20 for you to be able to pay your rent. I feel like that's just such a ludicrous like ideation, and these people literally thrive on it, and then they want to like let you know, like, yeah, I cheated in 2 treasure cups. I know, I'm kind of a big deal. It's like, I mean, you're kind of a fucking piece of shit, but okay. You know, like, I topped for the I topped for the Epic Games Online Regional, and for that reason, I'm gonna be opening up a Patreon. So if anyone wants to donate to help me, you know, like cheat some more people and flip my life cards the other way, I'm gonna be very appreciated. I'm gonna come out with full-length guides telling you that Purple and Nell is actually the hidden sleeper of the format, okay? For only $9.99 a month, that is a fair price, see? Now, I've got full-length guides. I got matchups, too. You know, it's like, you know, when you go in against, like, Red Zoro, you just scoop. And if you lose the die roll, you use a loaded die to make sure that you get to go first and play your Magellans on 5. Always play your Magellans on 5. That's a big thing that I think a lot of people miss. You know, and that's some Patreon exclusive insight. So I'm not going to give you the full do here, but what I will say is try to play your Magellan on 5, and if that succeeds, play a Magellan on 7. That's very good too. You know, it's worked for me many times. And I'm like, damn, this guy's giving me so much insight. I almost, like, only want to request half a refund from this person. Honestly, what if Moist Critical just comes out with a video saying, like, I tried to play the One Piece card game, but I went against too many cheaters, so I'm leaving the One Piece card game. That'd be so funny. That would honestly make me so happy. Alright, can we actually play? Alright, we're just not able to play the game. 9 minutes in, we still can't find a person. That's cool. Oh, let's go. We finally get to play. I was watching a set review in the background. Heyo. Alright, let's start with the Writhing Chrysalis, please. I need this for my self-esteem. Cube Draft has got me tilted, man. The fact I had a Lutri with a Magma Opus Time Warp and a Torrential Gearhulk, and I got 3 wins, that just shows you how sacky the format is. And I feel like Red-Blue is one of the best things to be doing. Like, obviously, if you get a mono-white deck, like, it's just broken, but, like, that rarely happens. Okay, well, this pack has a Scurry of Gremlins and an Unstable Amulet, which is really sad because there's also a Wrath Disguise. Holy shit, I don't even know what I want more than this. Scurry of Gremlins versus Wrath Disguise? I'd like Wrath Disguise. And although this pushes me in a direction... Gosh. That's such a tough one. I think I'm just still more interested in the Scurry of Gremlins. Like, if you resolve Scurry of Gremlins, you actually just win the game. Like, this is the one card in the format that says, I'm going to be aggressive and... I'm going to guarantee do it. I think I just want this. Like, this card's good, but it's kind of like... Depending on... Unless you end up, like, in a really weird deck, most of the time you're sacking some of your guys, and so I think this card is just better. Although it's unlikely I get back any of the cards I want from this pack. Maybe Area Auxiliary. It is a high-value pack. Okay. Well, fuck. I mean... Damn, now this pack's all green. These are such mixed signals, but I have to go Path here. I think Path is just slightly better than Signature Slam. If you have a Path, you can basically do whatever you want. Path says, I'm playing a different game. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm not going to be restricted by mana. And it's kind of unfair when you think about it, because it's like, the whole downside of the Eldrazi deck, and there's not really any downsides, but the one downside is you're basically restricted to playing 1 card per turn, but then Path of Annihilation says that you have a Omniscience on the field. Alright, this is a really weird pack. This pack is just sending me a completely different signal. I mean, I think I'm just taking the Pyro Surfer. Pyro Surfer I can play in a red-green deck, like, if I actually get in that shell. I can also play it in the red-white deck, so I'm not really losing anything by doing that. Well, shit, now this is another Crossroads. We have a Static Discharge. We have a Twisted Riddle Keeper. And we have an Area Auxiliary. I don't know why I said Static Discharge. It's Static Prison. I mean, Riddle Keeper is really good. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Riddle Keeper. I think this is just the better card overall. We're seeing more white than we are green. And we're also seeing green. Pinnacle Monk versus Smelted Charge Bug. I do like this card. but I'm not even confirmed I'm going to be adding anything back. I think I just want to take this. I don't know. I guess this is safer. If I have to play green, I'll do it, but, like, we're not playing green. This is a better card, but, like, because I have a Static Prison, it's so difficult to convince me I shouldn't just be picking the energy card out of every pack. Alright, well, there is a Nyxborn Unicorn. There's also a red-white duel. I feel like I'm relatively committed to doing the thing. You don't really need lands, and I don't want to pick them up this early, so I guess I'll take the 2. Because the one downside of playing this red-white deck is if you don't end up with enough 2-drops, you're probably just not winning. This is a really weird draft. I think there was actually just 2 paths. If I would have started green, like, I would still be feeling very happy. Arguably maybe happier because I just really like this path. I'm going to put it to the side so I'm not, like... So I'm not persuaded. I'm going to go Kite here. Pick 7 Kite's a good signal. Kite is like a B-level card. The fact that it's still in the pack makes me happy. If I can get past an Aerial Auxiliary... From my original pack, that just tells me that red-white is open. I don't know why, but Aerial Auxiliaries just go relatively late. Well, that's a Jeskai land, which I think I have to prioritize, because there's just a lot of mixed signals. I honestly have not been a big fan of this Indebted Spirit. I think it's just such a mid-ass card. Oh, we get the Aerial Auxiliary back? Well, I'm glad I committed to white. Okay. I don't know why this card wheels. This card should not wheel. Why do people let that card wheel? It literally makes no sense. Make no sense, eh? I guess I'm pretty happy about this. Blue-white land versus Indebted Spirit. I guess I'll take the Spirit. I mean, my deck's pretty aggressive. 1-drops are kind of cool. So I know that I'm white. I could still be white-blue. White-blue is still an option. If, like, Riddlegate Gargoyles are, like, coming around the table... I can do that and just splash Scurry. One thing I've noticed... Okay, there's a Thraben Charm. Yeah, I'm pretty solidified white. White was definitely the correct decision. Green... I just think green, unless you start with a... You need to start with a very powerful card, pack 1, to go into green. If you don't, you're just taking such a huge risk because, like, it's so contested that even if you have, like, very premium cards, like, maybe you start Signature Slam into, Horrific Assault. Well, if you don't have any late game cards, what are you doing with those cards? Because fundamentally, those are strong cards, but their value is relatively dependent, to some extent, on the quality of your creatures. Because if you don't have creatures that are, like, good, then they're not going to do anything. You can't remove anything, so then they're just dead in your deck. Oh, wow, this is a really bad pack for us. Yeah, I don't really like this. But I just have to take the Smelter Charge back. I mean, I guess I'm cutting red. If I was in the green path, I would get this Rumble, which would be nice, but... Hopefully Gargoyles start coming around the table. Okay, I guess there's a Phyrexian Ironworks. This card's okay. If you have, like, a lot of energy, it's, like, pretty decent. I'm not, like, too excited about it, but, like, I enjoy the card. I like the card. Do I think it's, like, the best card to get early? At this point in the format, I don't think it is, because it just feels like it's very dependent on your level of aggression and your level of, like, 2-drop / energy cards, which at this point in the draft, we don't know how, like, good our deck is. It's kind of a win more card. If your deck is really good, it probably has a lot of energy in it, and if it has a lot of energy in it, your deck just becomes even better. But I will say you don't really want 3-drops in this archetype. So it's kind of interesting. Oh, well, as I say that, we just get offered the best 3-drop in the entire format, Essence Reliquary. It's a very underrated card, and for some reason, this has like a 50% win rate. But every time I have the card, I just 3-0. The card's absurd. The fact that we have a Scurry of Gremlins means we can just keep picking this up, and just like, your opponent's just guaranteed dead. They're just dead. Oh, that's a pick for Ophelia. That's also a Conduit Goblin. I mean, Ophelia's just way better than Conduit Goblin. Wow. That's so crazy. Both these are in the same pack. I mean, that's just a good signal that I'm doing the right thing, right? If there is a Conduit Goblin and Ophelia in the same pack, like, that tells me that I'm doing a good thing here. Second Reckless Pyro Surfer, probably more interested in instead of this energy filler card, and just a 2-drop. 2-drops are just so important. Ooh. Savine's Reclamation versus Arena of Glory. I do really like Arena of Glory. I haven't really played with this card that much. So how does this work again? Return something from 3 or less to the battlefield. I mean, I can revive my Philia, which is kind of good. I also do really like this card. This card also arguably just has synergy with Philia. And we'll go with Savine's. We haven't used this yet. Okay, well, I'm kind of glad I did that because the option is still on the table to just take Riddlegate Gargoyles. If I get enough Riddlegate Gargoyles, I'll just splash this Scurry and this Ironworks, and we'll just call it a day. I already have a Jeskai land. I do have, like, some merits to playing this Pinnacle Monk, just because we picked up the Reliquary, though. So I'll put this to the side. I'm going to be weighing our... It's funny because, to be honest, like, if you're doing energy things in the blue-white space, the only reason you're doing that is because of Riddlegate Gargoyle. Like, realistically, this is the only reason that you want to be playing in the blue-white space. I guess if you have, like... Because you could get Wagon, right? But you don't really want to splash Wagon. And you don't really want to play Wagon unless you have Riddlegate Gargoyle. So if you just have, like, a bunch of Riddlegate Gargoyles, then I guess you can, like, start taking Wagons. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 2-drops. I guess I just take this. Card's just too good. This card's so ass. I'm putting this in the side deck. Your deck doesn't have that much energy. I could have taken the Smelted Charge Bug. But at this point, it's like, it doesn't really do as much as the Aerial Auxiliary is. I know I'm going to have guaranteed 2-drops. I don't know I'm going to have guaranteed enough energy to, like, justify playing another one of these. I just think this card's so good. Like, the main way you win with these decks is you just go 2, 3, 4, and you Aerial Auxiliary. I have a Scurry of Gremlins, which kind of substitutes for that, but Scurry of Gremlins is good at any point in the game. I guess that is one merit for the blue deck. I'll put this next to that. Also, like, I don't know why you would ever play this card. This card's ass. Okay, I'm not playing another Expel, so I'll just put the Inventor's Axe on the side. Oh, we get a Conduit Goblin? Okay, well, now we're just red white. Goodbye. We get a Pick 11 Conduit Goblin. That's so huge here. That's such a heater. Barbarian Ring. Ha, you make me laugh. Well, now I'm kind of glad that I got the Savine's, because I have, like, Philia and Conduit Goblin to revive. Would be really cool if we got an Ajani. Ajani with Essence Reliquary is such, like, a based combo. Like, you just pick things up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down, you know? Pick it up, put it down. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, man. Kind of a weird draft, but I like our position here. Okay, well, this is a second Essence Reliquary, but I don't think you really need a second one. And Glyph Elemental is just probably the best non-rare 2-drop in the set. This card's just unfair. Maybe we get back the Reliquary. Maybe we get back... Yeah, this is literally the only card we could get back that would be viable in our deck. Okay, into another Goblin. Alright, I'm lit. I'm so lit right now. Can I get a Galvanic Discharge for the boys, eh? Can I get a discharge for the boys, eh? Now I don't feel bad about picking up that Arena of Glory, because I have 4 cards that naturally have haste. The one thing about Arena of Glory, though, that's really nice, is it does allow us to attack with our Philia the first turn it's played. Oh my gosh, there's a Chthonian Nightmare. I love that card. I mean, probably just the Static Prison, right? Like, I do really like Raw, but I think Static Prison is probably just better than Raw. Don't get me wrong, Roll and Implicit Maze is good. But this card says I remove anything, and when Eldrazi is the meta, that's probably just the take. I don't think I've even ever had 2 Static Prison. Yeah, like, legitimately, I just don't think I have. I mean, I guess I could take this Dog Umbra. I don't think you really want 2 Essence Reliquary. Yeah, Dog Umbra's okay. I mean, our deck is like kind of right where we want to be with removal. I have 12 creatures. I'd like to get like 2 or 3 more creatures. Another Essence Reliquary? How many of these are in this pack? Holy crap, dude. I mean, I gotta take the energy card. Energy is parasitic. You gotta take the energy, you know? Ooh, Witch Enchanter. Witch Enchanter. Yeah, Witch Enchanter is just Pog. It works with our Essence Reliquary. Oh my gosh, there's a pick 7 Ocelot Bride? Who is allowing me to do this? Why is this in the same pack as the Metastatic of Angel? Holy shit.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why is this in the same pack as the Metastatic of Angel? I don't want that to happen. Please, I don't want to do this. I wanted the Metastatic of Angel. Okay, I'll take another Essence Reliquary. Fun card. Fun card, do things, go burr. Rare for the gems. For the gem boys. Gemmy boys, we up. I actually have 2 Essence Reliquary. Do you ever play 2 Essence Reliquary? I think I play another Reckless Pyrosurfer. Three Pyrosurfer? 3 Essence Reliquary? That's hilarious. I'm not playing 3 Essence Reliquary. If I play 2, cool card. I also just need a Polluted Delta for my collection. Okay, this deck's insane. I actually wasn't going to play another draft, but now I'm actually going to play this. What is the worst card in my deck? Probably just this card. I just don't like this card. Do we want to play 2 Essence Reliquary? Seems kind of bricky. I have 10 2-drops. I think you could convince me that I should just take out this Nyxborn Unicorn and play another Essence Reliquary. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, well, we ended up with a pretty awesome red-white energy deck with our boy, the good old boy, the Corgi, Philia. As many of you may not know, I did used to have 2 Corgis, so I have a big spot in my heart for Philia. We also have Savine's Reclamation, which is actually from the bonus sheet. I've never gotten to use this card, so I'm kind of excited. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have an Ocelot Bride. Probably should have mentioned that. That card's broken. Alright, well, the deck looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and hop into these games and see what we can do. Oh, I gotta change my cover card to Ocelot Pride. Alright, there we go. We're ready to roll. Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Keep them, Ocelot Pride, rollin'. Is it absurd to anyone else that Ocelot Pride went to 7th pick? Alright, well this hand doesn't have an Ocelot Pride, but it has a Glyph Elemental and Conduit Goblin. That's legit. Probably just hold this. I was thinking about slamming it because I have Essence Reliquary, but it's like I already have 3 lands, and I can put it into play untapped. I'm going to be the aggressor, so it's like, it doesn't really matter. This is actually so hot. Now I have 2 lines. I can either bestow my Conduit, or I can go Nyxborn Charge. This is a toughie. I'm not gonna attack yet. He probably wants me to attack. He probably has a Chrysalis. Oh, he's playing green, white, blue. That's interesting. Into a path. Oh, I'm Witch Enchanting that. Please give me a land. Please give me a land. I need to Witch Enchanter that all day. Please. Please. My opponent's just so much free mana. This isn't fair. Holy shit, my opponent has so much free mana. This is not cool. Does he actually have a Writhing Chrysalis? Path Annihilation into Writhing Chrysalis would be so bullshit. Oh. He just has infinite tokens, okay. Sweet. Get in there. So next turn I just Area Auxiliary, I guess. Oh shit, he's going in. Wait, what the fuck is this deck? That's kind of insane. Maybe it was incorrect to attack with this, but I just feel like I have to take a risk, because if he has a removal, he just kills us anyway. Like, I'm not playing an attrition game versus this person. mean, it's pretty obvious. You just buff up your 5/5, bro. If I was him, I'm buffing up the 5/5. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, so fucked. This guy just says everything. I feel like I just trade all day. He's gonna let me keep my area auxiliary, I guarantee you. Yeah, he let me keep the area auxiliary, I knew it. Give me a land, please. Oh, there's a dog number, I can do something with that, I guess. This is such a cool interaction. This brings this card up from a D to like a C+. Don't mind me just holding full control. He's passing. Okay, thank God. Yes, sir, Ski Brother. We're so lit here. We're lit like Bic, baby. Alright, this is lethal, bro. You don't have it. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, son. If he goes collective resistance into a creature, I'm gonna be heated. Let's go. He doesn't have it. Yes, sir, Ski Brother. We're nice.
I fucking knew it! Oh!
Okay, well... He has a lot of flying hate. That's kind of sad. The amount of flying hate he has is bullshit. Because he has so much flying hate, I kind of want to take this out. Throw that in. I feel like that's pretty good. Some people don't like Expel the Unworthy, but I've actually really liked it versus Eldrazi. Because, like, unless you have Static Prison, which is a very premium card, you typically don't get because it's, the archetype's top uncommon in white. Expel the Unworthy answers the Eldrazi creatures you don't have answers to in your deck. This hand is so gas. This hand is so freaking gas. I don't want to get rid of anything. Ayo, never punished, baby. Never punished by putting out the land to the bottom of the deck. Okay. I feel you, I see you, but I have to do this to you, brother. You don't have a horrific assault, my guy. Expand the news, okay. I'm recording. Sure. Thanks. Love me an iced tea this time of year. Let's just remove that for the rest of the game. I guess I'd rather Dog Ember this. But this guy's the first person that I've seen that like consistently uses the 1/1 counter option on this card. Well, I'm closing the distance on the race slightly, I guess. If I get a land here, it's huge. Okay, well, we know he has a horrific assault. Taking the Oozewag, I hate that card. It's actually one of my favorite cards. I don't like playing it too well. Land. No, I need to land so bad. I guess he just pumps his Oozewag here. That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Almost as frustrating as just not getting a land. We might be cooked solely because we just aren't accessing land. gosh. Wait, I just realized our opponent is playing a 4-color deck. In game 1, he showed that he had blue, and in this game, he showed that he had black. This seems like such a terrible strategy. I don't know why we're doing this. Why would you not attack with Inspired Inventor? Well, we're cooked. I mean, we just didn't see a land. On top of him having that horrific play. Yeah, I still like Expel the Unworthy, because our deck, like, doesn't have that much hard removal. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't have that many energy cards. Can we see our Essence Reliquary? No, we can't. I don't think I can keep this hand. I just legitimately don't think I can. Okay. Maybe I should have kept Expel. I don't know. Ayo, the rewards, the reward track. Brother, I'm on the battle pass. I just got the reward track hit. Yo, what's up? What's up, Ortiz, bro? How you doing? Wow, he can have this branching evolution. He actually is. That's so toxic. Okay, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. He's trying to hit me with that branching evolution BS. Fuck out of here with that. Essence Reliquary by far is probably my most favorite card in the format. The fact we can just keep resetting all of our energy cards is cracked. Oh, that's really good too. I can just wipe your shit. Okay. I'm gonna do a cheeky play here. Well, actually, what if I add that back at the beginning of my turn before I have to pay? Nah, I'm probably wanting to do this next turn, so I'm just gonna do this. Reset. Alright, now we have 4 energy. We have 4 turns. That's okay. I can just infinitely remove your guy from the game, and you have to sit there and watch it. That's cool. Oh, you have a Path of Annihilation? That's BS, bro. Don't do me like that, son. Don't do me like that. Is he gonna sack for the Branching Evolution? Why does this guy's deck have 4 colors in it, legitimately? Oh, that's a good card. Don't mind me. I just have a Witch Enchanter. Ocelot Pride. Don't worry, I just have the second highest win rate mythic rare in the set. It's fine. We will allow it for the culture. For the culture, we will allow me to play the second highest win rate mythic in the set. Just go ahead and play your Branching Evolution. It's safe. Trust me. I won't Essence Reliquary my witch. Trust. I'm a trustworthy guy. I may Thraben Charm it, though. I may Thraben Charm. That's okay. Is this guy actually goes Branching Evolution Hydra Trainer? That's kind of a base play. I have to respect it. I'll blow you out for it, but I'll respect it. He's not doing anything about that? Okay. I mean, this is kind of based. I just have to do it. I'm just a based individual. It is what it is. Beep. Yeah. Dude, I'm too based. He can't do anything. I'm like Omega based. Like, what can he do? He's gonna sack his spawn and mitigate my lifelink. Oh, I'm scared. Nice, bro. Dude, you're so high skill for that. I would have never thought that that was the line there, man. But you know what I would see is the line here? Beep. I'm just gonna reset my Scurry Gremlins, it's fine. You can sack in response, it's okay. There's just no way to interact with this, it's okay. It's just an unfair combo, that's fine. This is why Essence Reliquary is my favorite card in the set. The card is fun and fair. And what's even more funny is he might try to kill my Witch Enchanter because he knows I can just bounce it back and just keep looping the branching killing his Branching Evolution. But I actually have a Thraben Charm, which is kind of hilarious. The fact he didn't just Branching Evolution and just pop this is kind of ludicrous. If you were going to do this anyway, you might as well have gotten double 1/1 counters. Like, you're not doing anything with the spawns. We know that you're not playing a real Eldrazi deck. Like, you don't have the good Eldrazi cards. You have a Path of Annihilation, and you're playing a 4-color deck with no Writhing Crystals. Like, that's kind of sad. He's playing every color besides red, which is arguably the color that has the best cards in Eldrazi. Like, the creatures, that is. What can I say? This guy's just not based. He doesn't respect my OP. I'm OP with the OG, you know? Oh shit, I have the City's Blessing. I'm kind of based for that. What can he add back here? I guess his Nyxborn Hydra. I don't know why my white was not left up. The auto tapper actually just kind of cuckolded me. That was like a hard cuckold. I don't think he can kill me by adapting. Does this guy not realize I can do this ability again? Alright, you're literally at 1 health, brother. Am I bouncing anything back to hand? Probably just my scurry. So I guess this way. Yeah, we bounce back the scurry. He actually had a Thraben charm. Dude, you're such a cuckold, dude. Why would you not? Oh my gosh. This guy is such a cuckold individual. Okay, it's game. I was about to say, like, there's nothing you can do. I was just going to use my Essence Reliquary to bounce back my Static Prison during the upkeep step. So that way it wouldn't be sacrificed. And then I would be floating additional 2 energy. Too easy. Ocelot Pride OP, he's the OG, if you know what I see. A lot of people see my Ocelot Pride and want to be me. But you can't get this good for free, baby. Bars. It's crazy that I was offered 4 Essence Reliquary. I actually might be interested in playing 2. Ortiz, are you there? Oh, we have an Ocelot Pride turn 1. Okay, I'm playing first. Wait, I get to do the thing? Wait, guys. Guys, I actually get to do the thing. It's my time to do the thing. Opponent is just rethinking their life. I'm sorry. I just have a turn 1 Ocelot Pride on the play. It's fine. It's fine, though. Everyone's okay with it. My opponent's just playing a slow green deck and has no way to respond. That's cool. Yeah. Ocelot Pride be that OG. For real, for real. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just generating a token. Token generation is very fun and fair. What the fuck? Wait, why does my opponent have an Emerald Medallion? I've literally never seen someone play a medallion, and that's arguably like the worst medallion. Actually, just not arguably. It's just the worst medallion. Wow. Yeah, this is the most insane start. Because now I target this, and then I swing with everyone, and then I target Ocelot Pride, and now I just have a 2/2 Pride. Wait, if I do this? Yeah, if I do this, he actually just, I just get the City's Blessing, right? Oh, I don't. Okay, I thought I did. I just wanted to do it for fun. For funsies. Yes, sirski. Turn 3 kill with the Ocelot Pride, baby. Shout out the OG, Ocelot Peasy. Ocelot Peasy be the OG for real, for real. On my mama. On my pride mother. You know? I think nowadays, a lot of people get caught up in the OPZ, and they don't put respect on the Pride Mother. Okay, well. 3 lands, 2/2 drops. Well done. Basking Brood. My opponent is a Brood Prude. Coming in for the 2. 2-piece with a side of fries. All right, the 2-piece with the side of fries has been accepted. The OPZ is attacking. Okay. Wow, I kind of want to just keep this. This is just really good. I mean, this isn't really doing a lot right now. I think I just want to establish guys. Battle cry, battle cry. Hold on, guys. I'm playing Hearthstone. I have a battle cry trigger. My opponent isn't respecting my battle cries. Someone needs to alert Ben Brode. Wait, is it Primal Prayers? What the fuck? Why do you have that? Wait, what? Why do you have that, sir? My opponent legitimately has a Primal Prayers, and he's actually popping off. Like, what? Why do I feel like I kind of want to answer this? Oh, no, I don't. Like, wait, what? My opponent just gets to regurgitate their hand onto the field on turn 3? That was unfair. Okay, well, now it's more fair. I kind of feel like this doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna dog umber that. Wow, I've never played against someone with the Primal Prayers. Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah, let's just lock that down. That's not a fair card. Battle cries for days. Tradesies. Does he actually have an enchantment removal? That'd be so toxic. What the fuck? Why did you do that? Okay. Cool story. I think I'm probably just gonna win with my Philia. Oh shit, my opponent actually has a Stonehenge. He's kind of cracked. For real, for real. Oh, Peasy has the Energizes. Filio. Okay. Yeah, I like this deck. This is a fun deck. I like how fast the games are. Easy night in the office, baby. Alright, let's draw Ocelot Pride one more time. One more time for the boys in the back. Let's draw an OPZ pleasy. Say please, I'll hand you an OPZ. Ask nicely, I might OTK you way too easily. Man, I would love to just get a quick 1-2 with the Ocelot Pride. That'd be goated. Be right back. Yeah, I think I got the right one. Look in the fridge. Or look on the counter. Yo, who would be interested in a set review? If you guys would be interested in a set review, let me know and I can definitely do that. Okay, sounds good, Mom. Okay, yeah, if it's just $1 more, then I'll get it and just save the rest for the next day. Okay, well, this hand seems insane, but I don't have the land. This hand is less insane, but I have to play. Yeah, if you guys want to see a set review for Bloomburrow Draft, let me know. Ooh, we get a card. Real card. Okay, that's scary. That's so scary. Oh my gosh, so scary. Choose attackers. Nah. Okay, we have a static prison that's actually so huge here. Wait, why is my Pope roping during my turn? I need another white. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. I literally just told my friend, I'm like, hey, do you want to do a set review for Bloomborough? And he, for the new set, and he's like, MH3, and I'm like, no, but that's funny that you said that. They're already onto a new set. He literally thought that too, because it's been out for like 1 month. Wait, he has a Shrieking Drake? I've never seen someone actually play a Shrieking Drake. Okay, I have one time, but it was ass. Sorry, I'm texting right now. Well, I'm actually just so hurt by the fact that we're getting kind of cooked from not drawing a white here. I know I missed the damage. Alright, I'm beating this guy down. Yeah, we might do a set review tomorrow. Oh shit, that's scary. Well, now I can just want to give him this back. The fact this cruise for 1 is ridiculous. Oh, he's attacking? Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. Thank you. If we draw a land here, is this just game from the battle cries? I think it is. Oh, wait. Is it actually? This might be game. And if we don't kill him here, then we still have 1 energy left over for this next turn. Yeah, I think this is a game. I basically just triple scurried here. The battle cry is huge. If I'm off by 1, I'm gonna be so heated. No, I'm not. It's just game. Wow. That was so lucky we went against like a low value person. If we went against a person with a good deck, we were actually just not winning there. But because we did, we were just cooking. Man, I want to... And we started off with kind of a bad hand. It was really slow. We haven't seen this card the entire run. I'm kind of lucky. The fact I'm profiting in Polluted Delta from this run, which is literally the only fetch I don't have 4 copies of. And I'm about to go 3-0 because I have an OPZ. I'm getting so many gems from this. Just because the amount of rares and mythics I picked. Because I already have every card in the set, essentially. So any, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you plan on drafting for the duration of the set, my best piece of advice is to craft all of the good uncommons and commons from the start, and just craft all of them if you can afford to do so with your wild cards. And if you can afford to do that, then it's going to give you a faster rate of collecting all of the cards. Once you've collected like 99% of all of the rares and mythics, outside of like the bonus sheet, of course, like me, anytime you pick a rare or mythic, it automatically gives you gems, and your vault progress is drastically sped up by already owning all the commons and uncommons. So you're just able to easily like farm wildcards, which is probably the most valuable thing because Wizards wants to charge you out the ass for buying wildcards in the store. But this is just so much more efficient. Like it's like 30 times efficient. Because they have like a bundle that lets you get like 5 mythics for 20 bucks, which is so bad. Because I could get 5 mythics for like, at this point, I just need to do like 5 drafts. Okay, do I want anything versus this guy? Probably not. My deck's just better than his. I kind of like Savine. I kind of like taking out Savine's Reclamation. I think I'll be okay. It's tough for sure. This is going to be my last draft, by the way. My mom just went to go pick us up some food, and we're going to go eat, so. Gotta spend some time with my mom. Okay, well, this hand does not have a Ocelot, right? It does have a Philia, though, and Philia is a good boy. As a previous Corki owner, I know about the power of Philia, man. I know, trust. And we're gonna get the Essence Reliquary online, so we're getting the Witch Enchanter back, because Essence Reliquary is just jitted, you know? I feel like, oh my gosh, no way, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm literally insane. Turn 1 Ocelot Pride, turn 1 OPZ, the OGZ, into turn 2 Philia? I'm literally cracked. Like, someone might have to put a ban on me. This is my first time ever getting to use Ocelot Pride in the draft. Like, I've got it before, I've just never seen it. Oh shit, if I had a removal, this guy'd be so cooked. Wow, he actually had a 2-drop. If we were on the play, he'd be so cooked. I mean, I think here I'm just passing, and then during his end step, I'm going to play Philia. It's way better just to establish this now. Imagine if we actually survive to where Philia is on the board and OPZ, and we can go Area Auxiliary. That'd be cracked. Put a stop during his end step so I don't forget. Yeah, so it's been decided. Me and my buddy Ortiz are going to do a set review for Bloomburrow and draft over the next 2 days. Hopefully he can come over tomorrow, but if not, the next day for sure. Oh, he's getting him for the 2. Thank you. You're making my OPZ so much better. Alright, during your instep, I'm going to go Mythic Rare into Rare. Dude, I'm going cat into dog. Cat-dog control. I found out the best thing to be doing in Modern Horizons 3. Cat-dog control. Isn't that awesome, guys? Wait, do I actually just go Reckless Peasy? I think I do just go Reckless Peasy here. It seems kind of bonkers. Remove that, and then I'm gonna Battle Cry. And I'm getting back 2 life, so there's like no way this guy can race me. And to be honest, if he's actually just spending time to like adapt his stuff, the game's probably over. Like I can literally go Scurry next turn or Area Auxiliary then Scurry. And at that point, like I don't know what this guy's doing. My board is so formidable that I don't think just 1 removal cuts it. And he's playing green-blue. So how good can his removal really be? Oh, it can't be very good. He's playing an Idol of the False Gods. I forgot this guy's deck is just jank. Yeah, but that costs 1 in a colorless, so you can't even generate a token. So you're literally just doing that to do that? Wow, I mean, that's just game. Wow, this is probably one of the most free runs I've had. Not because my deck was insane, but because the deck was insane, and also we went against people who just had, like, low card quality decks. Like, if you're going against someone who's playing this, they're just at a strict disadvantage, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, is this just straight up game? This legitimately might be just straight up game. So if I play Witch Enchanter into Scurry of Gremlins, then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to be able to proc it 1 time. So this is 3 plus 4 equals 7. 8, 9, 10. 13. 16. Yeah, I think that's just game. Wow, this is so degenerate. I literally just went mythic into rare into arguably the best uncommon in the set. Oh, this is fun. I like this deck. Then I'm gonna activate my ability. Oh, and I have the City's Blessing. So for some reason this isn't game, but it's game. Math is for blockers though, so I'll let him figure that out. Math is for blockers, sir. I'm sorry. But I think this is just lethal. Because he can block two things. So if he blocks a 4 and a 3, I'm still getting through for 3, 6, 9. Oh, it's 12. Okay. But this is GG. Well played, sir. No one can stop the terror that is OPZ, the OGZ, son. Let's go. Easy 3-0 on the day. We are on a triple we're on the Triple Crown. Back-to-back-to-back trophies in Modern Horizons 3 draft. You already know what it is. There's a reason they call me the best of all time, Beats by Ash 1000 Bands. And it's because goats come and go and boats stay afloat. And that's why I'm the best of all time, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir, ski brother. Not done yet, baby. Underestimated 3.0. Let's go. Boom. You saw it here first, folks. The OG does it again. Back at it again with another banger, baby. Well, this was an awesome draft. Let's go ahead and take a quick little... Let's go ahead and do a quick little review of the deck before we end the video. So, we ended up... So, well, this was an awesome draft. And, well, this was an awesome draft. And, well, this was an awesome draft. But let's go ahead and do a quick little overview of the deck before we end the video. So this was really we had a really powerful amount of streamlined cards for several reasons. Number one, we had 2 Static Prison. Surprisingly, like over 50 drafts in, this is my first time ever getting 2 Static Prison, and this card was absurd because our curve was super low. Obviously, Ocelot Pride was amazing. Now, I'm not going to say it was game ending. It was just enough pressure to allow our other aggressive cards to end the game early, which is really valuable. I think if this card was in other formats where 1-drops were more prevalent, I think this card would actually be less good. Don't get me wrong, it would still be great, but in this set especially, it is very strong because a lot of decks, like the Eldrazi decks, might not be able to do anything until turn 3 of the game. And especially in a format where there's so much token generation, not only can you duplicate your cats, you can duplicate your other tokens. If you're playing green-white, you can get Eldrazi spawns. You can duplicate the tokens off of Scurry of Gremlins, which we'll get to in a minute. But overall, this card is amazing just because a common issue with aggro decks overall in this format is not even just including the Eldrazi deck, but considering all decks have the potential to have massive token generation in the early to mid portions of the game, oftentimes you're looking to go probably 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop with an aggro deck and put your opponent really low. But when your opponent just takes all that damage and then turn 4 after doing nothing, plays Writhing Chrysalis, gets 3 bodies, you suddenly have no good attacks and you have no way to push through the damage. And that's why cards like Ocelot Pride very much overperform in this format, because it almost allows you to accelerate the clock on the other player a full turn to potentially get them before they can get one of those massive token generators that allows them to stall the board state and get into the late game and defeat you. So I think this card is very important because there's not very many 1-drops in the format. But that card was amazing for sure. Manebular Kite, we honestly never really got to use this. Static Prison was amazing. As I said, this was my first time ever getting 2 in a deck, and it was really good in combination with this card right here, Essence Reliquary, which is my #1 sleeper pick for this format. If you are trying to do well in this format, draft this card more often, because the average player does not pick this card nearly as much as they should. I actually had the option to play another copy of this, but I chose not to because I'm kind of a pussy. But I highly recommend you try it out, and I honestly wouldn't be against running a second one because this is a kill on sight. For some reason, people have a really low average win rate when they play this card, and I think it's just because they misuse it. Especially in any energy deck, it's very easy to use. Like bouncing your Conduit Goblins, bouncing your Static Prison like I was doing. Anything with energy that ETBs, you're just getting infinite energy. But it works really well, especially if you micromanage your draft efficiently enough to where you're ending up with 2 to 3 MDFCs, which I think in the average pod, if you are picking your priorities correctly, you're probably going to be ending up with at least 2 MDFCs on average, quite a bit of the time 4, maybe even 5. And at the worst, even if you don't have the best ETBs, it turns your MDFCs into a full land without having to concern the fact that you replaced a land with one of these. And that's especially relevant for like the dual colored ones that enter play tapped, because a lot of the times you may not get enough playables because the archetype you're in is heavily contested, and so you end up with like 5 MDFCs. And typically what I try to do is the first 2 MDFCs, I treat them as a full land. So for example, in this draft, we played a total of 15 lands, but typically I don't like to go down any lower. I think in an aggressive deck like this, I would actually go down to 14 lanes if I had like 4 MDFCs. But the point I'm trying to make with Essence Reliquary is you don't have to consider those not worth a full land, like if you have Essence Reliquary, because this just gives you the ability to play these cards as lands in the early game and not feel like you're losing a card because you can get them back. And another thing on that topic I want to point out is that one of the most frequent interactions I have with this card in any deck is that I'll be stuck on 4 lands and maybe I have a 5-drop. Well, I can tap one of those lands, bounce it back to hand, play the land for turn, and then suddenly I'm at 5 mana. So this card already allows you to reuse MDFCs, reuse ETBs. It also can be considered somewhat of a mana source, because if you don't have an additional land, it allows you to bounce one and gives you that additional mana. And I think that cannot be I think that is extremely understated, and I think that's one of the reasons that people don't pick it, because they don't realize that you can do the things you can with the lands that I think make this card really impactful. I will go as far to say that I have this card in such a high priority that even when I'm playing like a red-black deck, or pretty much anything outside of Eldrazi, because all of their cards trigger on cast, not interplay, I will just splash this card. Like if I'm playing a black deck that doesn't touch white, I'll splash this all day, because you can return a Cursed Marauder back to your hand while it's on the stack. A Cursed Marauder is the 1 in a black 2/1 ETB, both players sacrificing non-token creature, and it creates an infinite loop to where if you have no creatures on the board, they have to sack a creature, and then you don't, and then you just redo it every turn. And pretty much if they don't have an artifact removal on the spot, they pretty much just lose. And that is just absurd. So even in decks where you don't think that you're going to be white, I'll pick this up if there's not an insane like high value card that I'm leaving behind, just because if I am able to splash this, I most likely am going to do so. Even sometimes in the Eldrazi decks, if you have enough like enchantments or ETBs or whatever, it's still totally worth it. Unfortunately, we never saw this card, but this card actually performed really well for me the other day. In a deck that had moderately low energy, I think it only had like 5 energy cards, I was in a red-black deck. The fact that it has the artifact type in the red-black artifacts archetype makes this card really relevant. And also, more on that is even when you don't have energy, if you're able to attack 3 times, which black decks seem to be pretty evasive on average whenever I play them, you can usually get in with like a Refurbished Familiar or something in the air. Then if you're able to make at least one golem, well, now that counts as you controlling 2 artifacts, because the golem is an artifact creature. So that essentially gives you affinity 2, which makes that even more powerful in those shells. Sevinne's Reclamation, this is my first time actually putting this card in my deck. I think it's on the border. I'd probably put it around C to C+, but this card's value is very dependent on the quality of your 2-drops. If your 2-drop lineup is just like Hexgold Slith and Chargebug, you probably don't want this card. But if your 2-drop lineup has like Velia, Ocelot Pride, Conduit Goblin, then this card is well worth its weight. The point I'm trying to make is, if you have like premium 2-drop or less cards, or even 3-drop or less, then this card is well worth it, because it essentially means I'm getting potentially 3 more times getting to revive. I'm essentially getting to potentially reuse my bomb up to 3 times. And when you have a bomb like Ocelot Pride, people are going to kill it on sight no matter what, even if they lose tempo, and that's where a card like this can be just straight up a blowout. So if you have enough bombs like this deck did, it's a great showcase that this card is essentially like a secondary bomb. It's like half a bomb, because if you have enough premium cards, you can revive them. Conduit Goblin is still one of my favorite cards in this format. I have to say, this card, what makes me want to go into red-white, because I know a lot of people ask this, is not specifically Conduit Goblin itself. It's seeing the Conduit Goblins pick 5, pick 6. Because this deck, rewards you so much for staying flexible in the early and mid portions of the draft, I don't want to pick this up immediately, because I do think it is a cornerstone of this archetype, but these tend to go 6th pick, 8th pick, and really because energy is so parasitic, meaning that as soon as you get one energy card, it just increases the value of all other cards that generate energy in every pack that you see. Like Chargebug isn't the best card on its own, but because we have so many energy synergies, it drastically increases the value of this card to, you know, maybe a B-, maybe a C+, when really it's like a C-, right? So what I'm saying is, seeing these so what I'm saying is, if you don't end up with enough energy, the deck is not going to be as good as its potential ceiling would actually be. And that's a sign that maybe you don't want to be in this archetype, because I'd rather be in a mid Eldrazi deck. I'd rather be playing in the Eldrazi space with a medium deck versus playing in the red-white space with a medium deck, because the value of your cards is almost 1-to-1 dependent on how many energy cards you have to support your other energy cards. Even if you end up with one Conduit Goblin from the beginning of the draft and you're just seeing no energy, it's in a terrible spot. So that's why seeing these Conduit Goblins pick 6, pick 7 is such a huge signal to me, because not only am I getting a premium card late, I'm getting a signal that I'm going to be most likely offered more energy cards to go with my Conduit Goblins, which makes my decision to pivot into that space even more beneficial. This card, Reckless Pyrosurfer, I'm not gonna lie, I've used this card as a one-of in quite a few decks, most oftenly in my red-green decks. Having multiple copies of this card is fucking broken, because we have 2 on field, they boost each other, and as you guys saw in that interaction where we had the Scurry of Gremlins, we literally were just essentially having 3 copies of Scurry of Gremlins, because we're just boosting everything up, and these guys boost themselves. And one key pattern that I've noticed in this set is, if this set was made 10 years ago, half the powerful cards like Conduit Goblin would be legendary rule. Like, this would probably be a legendary rule card. So the fact this card isn't a legendary rule is absurd. Nyxborn Unicorn was actually, this was a good draft to demonstrate the value of this card. Card's not great, I'm not gonna lie. If you have enough good 2-drops, replace this card by all means. But if you have 2 to 3 Conduit Goblins, this card drastically increases in value, because if you go Conduit Goblin on 2, in a deck like this, you don't want to have 3-drops. Like, 3-drops are just not that good. They have to be premium cards to make me want to play them, unless they're like non-creatures, right? But for the most part, you don't want 3 drops. So on turn 3 of the game, you can play this, use the effect of Goblin to give it haste, buff it up to 3, then you attack with it. It now gives your Conduit Goblin a 1/1 counter, which makes this card drastically better. Glyph Elemental, I still think, is probably the #1 non-rare white card that's going to make me want to play white. This card is just absurd. Bestow has really been a very strong mechanic in this set, and we've seen that if you're able to make a high priority threat like a Conduit Goblin or Ophelia also have Bestow, your opponent's in a bad position. And that's what's so unfair about Glyph Elementals, because this card is already kill on sight. Well, if I bestow it on this guy and then I start playing lands, I make the card even more difficult to out. It's more of a on-site kill than it already is, and then even if they do kill it, I still get to keep the 1/1 counters, which makes this card absurd. So very often I don't want to play this on 2. I want to play one of my other 2 drops on 2 and then play this on 3 and then start bestowing so I get the land, right? It kind of alleviates that downside of us not wanting to play many 3 drops in a deck like this, because then it feels less bad that we're playing a 2 drop on 3. Ophelia was absurd. This is one of the best rares in the set, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just putting this on the battlefield and removing your opponent's blocker for the rest of the game, this is another one of those ways that you can kill your opponent before they start establishing, you know, a wide board with tokens and, you know, just setting up a sustainability shield. And what's really good about that is that if they like attack with their guys and then you do this during the end step, then you can just attack into an open field, remove one of their tokens, they don't get it back. But even more so, this card has an even better interaction with some of your most premium commons, being like Area Auxiliary. Like if you're able to play an Area Auxiliary, buff up the Ophelia, buff up your other guy on turn 4, attack with the Ophelia, bounce the Area Auxiliary because it couldn't attack anyway the turn it was played, then you're going to reestablish 2 1/1 counters on your Ophelia and your other card, and then this person will get a bonus 1/1 counter because you bounced your own card. So then you're getting +5/+5 worth of counters, and that's probably just GG. Dog Umbra is still probably, I think, the best piece of interaction at common in white. Depending on the matchup, I think you could argue for Thraben Charm, just because sometimes removing enchantments can be very valuable. You know, when people have stuff like Static Prison, people have stuff like Scurry of Gremlins, that might be the case. One thing I'll say about this set is the more and more I played, the more and more I felt like there aren't very many bombs. Like, there's a lot of misses at Rare and Mythic, and I enjoy that. But the cards that are bomb-esque and embody that, like, oh, that card's gonna kill me if I can't answer it, are enchantments most of the time. And the enchantment removal, the good enchantment removal, is far and few between. And that's really what's keeping this card in good standing, because realistically the removal effect is very dependent on whether you're already ahead on board or not. But it can also be very good if you go against a lot of black. If you're side decking and you have extra of these because you just don't want to main them, going against black, this card is amazing, because being able to exile the graveyard, getting rid of their one black guy that says when he's in the graveyard, you can pay 4 mana to revive him tapped with 2 1/1 counters, is absolutely insane, because that's a quick effect. So if they activate it, you can play this on the stack, make them lose the mana, and then they also get rid of that card. Also just Sneaky Snackers, also just Eviscerator's Insight. So overall, I think Dog Umbra is just slightly better than Thraben Charm, but if you didn't get premium removal like Discharge or Static Prison, I think it's a fine fill-in. And typically in these decks, I'm looking to have somewhere around like 5 to 6 pieces of interaction, just because you really need to be able to push through your attackers on turn 4 of the game, or they're just going to stabilize and kill you. Because the Eldrazi decks, one frustrating thing about this format is if you're not playing an Eldrazi deck, even if they have a bad Eldrazi deck, the person with that deck is going to win in the late game 9 out of 10 times, just because of the sustainability that all Eldrazi cards give you on average. Because even if they're just putting out a big 7/7 dumb guy, they still get tokens, and then their guy's bigger than your guy. You're playing an aggro deck, you can't remove it with your Thraben Charm because you don't have enough creatures for that. Like, you're just in a bad position. So that's why I think you want to prioritize removal. Like, if you have 15 creatures, you know, 6 or 7 pieces of interaction, you're in good standing. We've already talked about that. This card is just like medium. This is one of those cards where it's like, okay, if you have a lot of energy, put it in. You don't have energy, it's ass. Don't play this. To be honest, if you have a really premium deck, never play this. We already talked about this. I actually just really love this card, just the way it plays, but we didn't get to showcase it. Aerial Auxiliary is one that I think this is probably White's best common. The thing is, though, a lot of people undervalue this card. I very often get this on the wheel. Get this pick 8. And in a deck like this, you really don't want to have more than 4 4-drops at most, right? Because like a lot of times it might just be better. Like we had 10 2-drops. A lot of times it was just better to play 2 2-drops on 4. And considering we don't play a lot of 3s, they remove one of our guys on turn 3. We don't even have 2 guys. This card is insane when it works. It's okay when it's not. But all I'm saying is this card is very, very strong in this archetype because it allows you to finish off the game with a flyer and buff up your other guys if they're trying to race. It can totally flip who is in the running for racing for damage, like out of nowhere. But these go very, very late. A lot later than they did at the beginning of the format. So be aware of that and pick these accordingly. Pick 6, pick 7, pick 8, great. On the wheel, great. You're locked into red-white. Similarly to the Goblin. You're seeing these guys late. You're seeing these guys late. I'm in the red-white space. End of pack 1, I see this pick 8. I'm moving into red-white. That's a very good signal, right? Because if these are wheeling and this is White's best common, no one's playing this deck, right? Because this card, although it's a white card, it's best used in this archetype. Scurry of Gremlins, still, I think, honestly, if I'm on the Pro Tour, I see a Writhing Chrysalis, I see a Scurry of Gremlins, I'm picking Scurry of Gremlins. Number one, because I don't think this card is that much worse than, Writhing Chrysalis. It is basically an auto win button. This card is that if you have an aggro deck, I've talked about this so much during this stream that if you don't have a way to push through damage on turn 4 or turn 5 to get the kill, you're losing in the late game to that Eldrazi deck. This card throws all that out the window. I mean, I want a sealed MH3 box with a terrible sealed deck. Specifically because I drew this card for 5 out of 6 of those games, and every time I had it, I had a terrible board. I automatically just had lethal on board out of nowhere. And some people don't recognize, number one, if you have enough energy, you can activate this ability more than one time per turn. Number two, you can activate this during your opponent's turn. If they're trying to go for an attack and you just leave up the 2/1/1 tokens, you buff them up to 3 attack, you get some value trades, regenerate more energy, absurd. Also, the synergy between this and Essence Reliquary is absurd. This might be like maybe the #1 card to bounce back to your hand with Essence Reliquary outside of like rares and mythics, but maybe even in the rares and mythics. This card is just an auto win button, and one of the other reasons I would pick this over Chrysalis in a Pro Tour is because everyone's going to be contesting Eldrazi, but like I talked about, I don't want to be in a mid red-white deck. But this card just says I can automatically win the game. Chrysalis, if they're playing black, they Curse Marauder. Oh, you only have one Chrysalis, you have a mid deck, you're losing that game. They have a Curse Marauder, and you're playing this go wide red-white deck. You sack your weenie, you push them through damage, you play this. Oh, you don't have any creatures, you're dead. Like, you just play this card, it defies all laws of the game. And I think, personally for me, it is the #1 uncommon in the set. And I'm willing to pick this pack 1, pick 1. And you just saw how powerful of a strategy that was today. Pinnacle Monk, honestly, he's okay. I think I wouldn't really care about this card as much if I didn't have an Essence Reliquary. The only reason I picked this is because it was just a safe pick at the point in the draft I was in where I didn't know if I was going to be playing Eldrazi or if I was going to be playing aggro, because I did start off with a Path of Annihilation, which is another great build around that we're not going to get into today. I just think this card is a little bit overrated in this archetype because it's kind of dependent on, like, do you have Static Discharge or Galvanic Discharge? If you have Galvanic Discharge, this card's good, right? But, like, for example, in our deck, our removal is in the form of Static Prison and Dog Umbra. Well, those cards don't work with that. I can't add that back to hand. I think the only card I can add back to hand with that in this deck is literally this Thraben Charm. Like, I have an Expel the Unworthy in the side deck, but I'm not accounting that. But the fact that I had an Essence Reliquary made me want to pick MDFCs more highly. And that's another thing you got to think about with Essence Reliquary. If you're low on playables and you don't have an Essence Reliquary, you probably don't want to be picking MDFCs over premium cards that could go into your deck. But if you already have an Essence Reliquary, you're kind of getting best of both worlds, because this effect only comes up once you're in the late game, since it costs 5 mana. So at that point, there's a decent chance you will have found your Essence Reliquary, at least, toward the latter portions of the game. So that means there's really no cost to just playing this down as a land, which made it amazing in our deck. Now, Witch Enchanter, complete other story. This is probably my number 1 or number 2 favorite MDFC in the format, just because I think it is the best form of artifact / enchantment removal with the lowest cost in the entire format outside of Collective Resistance. Collective Resistance exclusively locked to green. This is locked to white, but this is a card that even if you want to splash it, and you're splashing a couple white cards, you just have Ophelia. You're playing, green-red, you have Ophelia because this card just busted, and you want to splash this, I think it's respectable because it only costs 1 white. You can play it untapped. These untapped lands have such a low cost, and if you're not in the dual colors, I'm like, for example, Stump Stomp, red-green DFC, 2 mana, deal damage equal to one of your creatures, attack to another creature, comes into play tapped. If you're not specifically in red-green, card's okay, still a 2 mana bite spell, which is nice, but that card comes into play tapped. So if you're not in those 2 colors that the DFC is enabling you, I would much rather have one of these untapped lands, because especially in an aggro deck like this, MDFCs are absurd, because your number 1 issue with these aggro decks are, well, I want to curve out. So I don't want to go down to less than 17 lands, right? Because if I don't curve out, I'm not winning. But if I draw too many lands and I'm flooding, I'm going to lose because, I don't have any late game. The MDFCs alleviate that issue, because now if it's a good MDFC like Witch Enchanter, you're getting a good playable to where 9 out of 10 times this is going to be relevant in the late game to at least kill something, even if it just kills a Manebular Kite, and it would have been a land normally. And I can also play it untapped, so there's just no cost to these. This is probably the best one in the format. Like I said, this one is just very dependent on what your deck is. This one was honestly not that great, and if I could go back, I probably would have picked the Charge Bug over it. But nonetheless, this was an awesome deck, and I hope you guys were able to get something out of this run. But thank you so much for getting this far in the video, and if you enjoyed it and want to see more awesome content, make sure to smash the like button, turn post notifications on, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another banger. Look forward to Bloomborough content coming soon. Me and my boy Ortiz are going to try to get out a set review for draft, but also partially for constructed. So if you're interested in that, make sure to stay on the lookout. And as always, have a wonderful day. As always, if it's not the goo, it's got to go. Peace. And I'll see you in the next one, boys. Well, thank you so much for everybody who stopped by. It was an amazing stream, but I have got to go eat now. We will end the stream on that easy 3-0, baby.